Men, how are you taking care of your mental health? That's my question for you. Men, how are you taking care of your mental health? You may have a way, but is it working? What do you do when you feel stressed or burnout? Now, what I know for sure is that you probably have an answer to this question. But the next question I'm going to have to ask you is it healthy? Is it healthy? Yes or no? Just tell me, is it healthy? Because today we're going to focus on Men's Mental Health Month. I've decided that this month is Men's Mental Health Month. And I am going to help men find fulfillment in midlife. Now, a lot of people believe that I specialize in working with women, but it's not true, actually. I specialize in working with women, with men. My financial therapy practice is about 60, 70% men, and then 30, 40% female. But the reason why people believe that is because there are not a lot of programs or things out there for men. So they are left to their own devices. And that's just not fair. So let me just welcome you to Financial Therapy Challenge, where we are going to talk about men's mental health and finding fulfillment in midlife. I am your host, Kanae Corder, the world's number one national certified counselor specializing in financial therapy for business success for men. And I speak to and consult with service-based business owners who want to succeed, but they want success with significance. And when I say service-based business owners, I'm talking financial advisors, attorneys, accountants, people who they are part of their product. And when this happens, you tend to have a lot of stress in your business. You tend to overwork yourself. And this happens a lot for my men. So men are not taking care of themselves mentally. Why? Because they have been told that the only emotions that they are allowed to feel are greed, anger, and lust. And that's why it's not your fault. And even though it's not your fault, it is your responsibility. And it is my responsibility. I am taking responsibility to give you a resource that you can have that can help you get to those deep desires and allow yourself to have healthy ways to manage your emotions. Now just tell me in the comments, yes or no. Tell me in the comments, do you take care of your mental health? You might say yes, and then that will make me follow up with a different question, which is, what are you doing? Is it healthy? And I'm not here to judge you, not at all. I'm not here to say whether that's good or bad, but what I do want you to start thinking about is whether that is working for you. Is it actually relieving the stress? And if it is relieving the stress, how far, how long? Yeah, is it just temporary? And right after you do it, you're going to have to do something else. And maybe you find that you don't have control over your own emotions. You don't have control over that anxiety, over that anger, over the lust, the greed. You don't have control over any of the things you feel. And you're starting to feel things that you can't even talk about because you don't have permission to feel them. There are so many men who come to me who know how to complain, but they don't know how to feel gratitude because complaining is part of the anger. There are so many men who know how to feel lust, but they don't know how to love their spouses, and their wives are ready to leave them. Yeah, is that you? And so there are so many men who know how to feel greed, but don't know how to make an impact. They know how to just strive for the money, for the titles, for the accomplishments, and the win, but they don't know how to feel satisfied and fulfilled. I'm going to invite you to visit my website, presidentiallifestyle.com. There is a link in the description of this video. And click on that link. It's going to take you to my website where you'll have an opportunity to get Be a part of a free workshop where I'm going to tell you what financial therapy is and isn't. I'm going to tell you why my version of financial therapy, called self-sync financial therapy, is so powerful. And you also get to experience a session with me. And so go ahead and go to my website so that you can book that session, so you can be part of that session when I do it. Now, I want to break down a couple things. This video is going to be a few more minutes longer because I want to break down a couple things for you. The reason why you're not taking care of your mental health is because of what you've been told. Like I said, you've been told that it's okay to feel anger, greed, lust. And so you're stuck there. You don't have access to any other emotions. You've also been told that all you need, and women, we've been told this too, that all men need is sex, food, and a remote, right? They just want to watch sports. Just let them watch their sports, give them some food, and then when they're done, have sex with them. But men are more complex than that. And it comes off when they want more, when they want to cuddle, or when they want you to say thank you, when they want to feel appreciated, when they want for you to respect them and listen to them and take their advice. And women, when you come to your man and you tell him your story and you just want him to listen, his job inside of him, he wants to make you feel better. He doesn't know it. He can't name it. So to him, coming up with the solution to your problem is the way that he loves you. He hasn't been taught to love any other way. So I just went too far. I just went too deep. Okay, let me just wrap this up because I want this video to be short enough for you to watch it, but you get what I'm saying. Is any of this making sense to you? Good. Don't let me start preaching because I have so much more. And that's why you need to visit my website and that you need to be on that free workshop or even book a session with me. So, number two, the second reason why you're not taking care of your mental health is because what you've accepted. You've accepted that stress is normal, and it is not normal. It is common. And just because you feel it every single day doesn't mean that's what you should be feeling. You've been told you need to white knuckle it, grin and bear it, work hard, hustle, grind, all of that. You've been told that hard work is the key to success. I know a lot of hardworking broke people. It is not about hard work alone. It is a lot more that has to do with it. And you need to stop saying hard work is the key to success. I'll tell you what you can say and other than that later. But right now, let's go on to number three. This is the last point I want to make today. How you've reacted to it. You've reacted to it in a way that you've decided that the only way you can do it to get through this, you can grin and bear it, but you're going to need some alcohol. You can grin and bear it, but you got to need some weed. You can grin and bear it, but you need a lot of sex. You want fulfillment, but all you know is fleeting pleasure. And so your reaction is to just get more pleasure, get more pleasure, get more pleasure. Pleasure is not fulfillment. Pleasure is not happiness. Yeah. Did you know that? Just realize that? Yeah. And that's why you need to take care of your mental health, because what will happen is the pressure builds up, and then it pops and you have a midlife crisis, and that is just not fair to you. Now, there's nothing wrong with a midlife crisis. Midlife crisis just means you're starting to think differently and want more and question, and that is okay. So if you're going through a midlife crisis, don't let anybody tell you that that is a bad thing. It is not a bad thing. It is a thing though. And so we need to explore it. So your field work that I want you to take away today is, what do you want? What do you want out of life? Like, really be honest with yourself. Let your brain wander. Go back to when you were a kid, because that is part of what we're going to do in that free financial therapy session that you can get if you go to my website. I will take you on a journey where you get to experience happiness in a way that you don't even probably remember that it's possible. And I want you to experience that. Financial therapy can unlock that deep desire that has been suppressed in you for so long by going into your subconscious brain. And inside your subconscious brain, there are some wonderful memories of happiness. And you may not even remember it because maybe you had a terrible childhood. But just knowing that it is possible for you to get to happiness should have you curious about what that might look like. And if you want to take yourself on a journey with me, a financial therapy journey with me, where I am going to help you visualize what is first. That's where we're going to start. Visualize what is right for you. You'll assess where you are, where you want to be, and what's happening right now that doesn't need to happen. It is no coaching. It is not coaching. It is not a course. It is no couch required. It is not therapy in the traditional sense. It's different. Now, you can do this in a one-on-one session with me, or you can, if you don't want to make that full commitment and investment, then you can start by just going to my website and joining the workshop, where we will talk about the power of financial therapy, what financial therapy is, what it isn't, why our brand of self-sync financial therapy is so powerful. And you'll get to experience a session, all of this for free. So go ahead and join the class by going to my website. The link is in the description of this video, and join the Power of Financial Therapy workshop so that you can experience it for yourself. But if you find that you're like, you know what, I need more than that right now, everything you said is burning inside of me and I've got to get this out. I've got to talk to somebody, then I would be honored to be that person that you talk to. There's also just a link in the description of this video, or wherever you're listening to this. You might be listening to this as a podcast. Go ahead and also share this. Share this with a man that you know that needs this. If you're a woman, remember earlier I said wives are often ready to leave their husbands, and that's when they come to me. So I don't work primarily with women, but women are primarily who refer the man to me. A lot of times it comes from his assistant, it comes from his wife, it doesn't come from him. So, men, if you haven't taken responsibility for your own mental health, I am going to encourage you to do that now, today. Click one of those links, watch this video again, share it, subscribe. Is so much more for us to talk about. You've given me a few minutes of your time. I honor that time. I respect that. I know that you could have been doing so many other things right now, but you spent that with me, and I thank you for that. And I also thank you for being open to this conversation. And I am so very glad that we had it. And